LifeChangerLoan.com. That's LifeChangerLoan.com.
LifeChanger Loan Corp is a licensed Colorado mortgage company. NMLS 1863775. LifeChanger Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Looking for an honest and experienced auto repair and maintenance facility? I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino recommending RKC Automotive on Evans, just west of Tejon. Excellent service at fair prices. Plus, you don't leave without a courtesy inspection of the entire car with every visit. Not just fixing a problem, but making customers for life. RKC Automotive, 720-749-3965. 2120 West Evans. RKC Automotive.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Inflation?
Yeah, I still hate it.
Inflation salvation.
Save me with some cash.
Oh my God.
Keep listening every weekday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for your chance to win $1,000. Just listen for the hourly keyword, then enter it at khow.com. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, it's Rick Lewis. When you're in a wreck, call the attorneys I trust at Lerner and Rowe. The consultation is free and they don't charge you a penny until they settle your case.
Call Lerner and Rowe. Those guys are great. Call 303-333-8888.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. Now, what is this show? It's about solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. Going on 45 years, just that's Denver alone, not counting outside of Denver. And really, folks, all you have to do is call us. Now, here's the good thing. You can call a number 24/7 and leave a message, and we will get back to you. The number is 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. That number will go to, when we're here, it'll come right to the studio. And when we're not here, it'll go to our office or voicemail, and you leave a message, and we promise to get back to you. That's 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. You can also call the studio directly when we're here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, any problems, questions, complaints, you call us. Geraldine has a question on debt consolidation. We'll talk about that. And then we have a question about gap coverage and insurance, which is very confusing to people. They think it'll cover them under any circumstance to pay off a loan. And then we have Fix It 24/7 talking about plumbing, heating, cooling, electric drains. And it's what we do here is talk about the real deals that happen to you every day. And, while we love our sponsors, the main point of our show is information. So, Geraldine, debt consolidation, talk to me. What's going on, Geraldine?
Okay, as of April of 2023, I have been paying Cordova Legal to pay my credit cards off.
This was April of 2023 you started doing this?
Yes.
And was this a payment plan ordered by the courts?
No. I called them because I wanted to consolidate my credit cards, and I did not want to file a bankruptcy. So I, made the agreement with them that I would pay them.
Okay, now why did you call them? Of all the people to call, you had a bunch of credit cards and you wanted to consolidate them. Why did you call? Did you say Cordova?
Cordova with the B.
Oh, Cordova.
Yeah, Cordova.
Got it.
I don't know. I just looked them up.
So did they advertise that they do consolidation?
Yeah.
Okay. And tell me what happened.
Okay, so I've been paying them, and I received a thing from one of my creditors. I have to go to court on March 1st at 8:30.
I fear you fell for what could be a scam. Now, the name of this
Oh,
place
my God.
is it Cordoba Law?
It's Cordoba Legal.
Okay, now listen. Here's what I want to tell you. There are a few ways these places work, okay? Some of them are legit lenders, and they pay off your credit cards, and you pay them. However, very few of them are legit lenders, and even the legit lenders charge you so much for these consolidation loans, they're often not worth it. That's one way they work. The second way they work, and this is really insidious, they tell you they're going to settle your debt, and you make payments to them under the promise that they will accumulate these payments, and then they will make offers to credit cards to settle your debt. These almost never work, and what happens is people end up paying this company, and this company either goes broke and runs away with the money, or they don't make the settlements quick enough, and you get sued. So, Geraldine, I need to know if you have any details of how they were going to work. How much were you paying them every month?
$352
A month. And what did that represent as far as your monthly payments for credit cards? What did that $352 represent? Was that more than your payments or less than your payments?
Less.
Okay. Now,
Less than all
how
my
many
payments.
credit cards did you have?
I had 2. And also
Wait,
they
that's
were
all you had
paying-
were 2 credit cards? You called them about 2 credit cards?
Yes, and a main one, a loan through main one.
Okay, but is that 3 credit cards or 2?
Well, it was actually 3 then.
Okay. Now, you had 3
But
credit
the one
cards.
wasn't a credit card, it
And
was
you're
a
paying
loan.
you're paying Cordoba $352. What did they say they were going to do with your money?
They were going to pay my. They were going.
Why did they say they could do this? Did they talk about how they did it?
Well, they talk a lot of crap. I
Did
guess.
they tell you to stop making payments?
Yes, they told me to not make any more payments to my creditors.
Okay, now,
just to
which
pay
creditor is suing you?
Right now, it's Capital One,
Okay.
and now it's even higher than it was originally.
Of course it is. They haven't been making payments.
Yeah, they haven't been paying.
How much do they want? How much does Capital One want?
Capital One wants like $4,000.
Okay. I want you to hold on, okay? Geraldine, this is really important. If you hold on, I want to get some people on to talk about this. I think I want to get somebody from Wink and Wink to talk about this. This is, they do a lot of debt settlement and stuff. So hold on, and then I'm going to switch to Robert. Kachina, get Wink and Wink. One of
Copy.
the Winks. Thank you.
Got it.
Robert, what's going on with you in a home loan, Robert?
I basically feel like I've had my property stolen by Freedom Mortgage.
Holy crap. Let's talk about this. Now, how long have you had a mortgage with them?
My original mortgage started in 2021. It was with Round Point Mortgage. And I think I made 2 payments to Round Point. Then I was notified that my mortgage had been sold to Freedom Mortgage.
Okay, when was it sold?
And I think it was October or November of 21.
Okay.
And then right when the COVID started, Freedom Mortgage put my home in, or my mortgage on a forbearance.
Who did?
And they,
Freedom did?
Yeah.
So Freedom took it over and
Right.
and immediately put you on a forbearance?
Yeah, because of the COVID. That's right, when COVID was starting up and all the businesses were shutting
and
down.
how did that forbearance work?
They told me I could make payments or not make payments. If I missed a payment, don't worry about it. So I
And
did.
what did they
miss,
say?
like,
What did they say would happen if you missed a payment?
Well, they said what would happen is the payments I missed would be rolled into the end of a loan, because when the forbearance ended, they do a modification, and they'd roll the payments I'd missed into the end of the loan and carry them as a lien. So I said, okay. So they came back
And
and
did
they
you
offered
sign
me a
paperwork to that
modification.
effect? Did you sign all the paperwork?
No, I didn't have any paperwork sent to me.
None. Okay. So
No.
So on the surface,
then they told.
on the surface, it looks like you simply stopped paying.
Well, I made a couple of payments, but there were payments that I did miss.
No, but I get it. Here's what I'm saying, though. You're saying it was a forbearance agreement. What if, I'm not saying
Right.
this will happen, but Robert, what if we call them and say, hey, Robert had a forbearance agreement, and now you're foreclosing because he missed some payments. And what if they say, we never had a forbearance agreement? What would you have to prove it?
Just their phone conversations are all recorded.
But do you have the recorded one? Do you have them?
No, I'm in the process of trying to get a VA attorney.
Now,
so
what
we can
makes you
subpoena those
think?
conversations.
What makes you think they're going to be forthright if they are trying to steal your home? What makes you think they're going to come forward with recorded phone conversations? Why would they?
If they're subpoenaed by the court, don't they have to?
Unless they don't have them. I mean, they can simply listen. What I'm saying is, if they're crooked, and if they want to take your house, and you say you had an agreement, and they say you didn't, they don't have to do anything. So I don't know what you have, Robert. You say you had a forbearance agreement. Hold on a second. I want to take this break, man. But this is another important one. I mean, are they foreclosing on you right now?
Foreclosed and sold my property.
They already did?
Oh, yeah.
Why
They
did you
offered me
let
a
it
loan
go that far?
I don't know myself. They offered me a loan modification. They told me that it would begin March 1st of 2022.
Wait, you already lost your home. You already lost
Right.
it.
Right.
When did you lose it?
October 18th.
So when did they start foreclosure?
Back in April.
How many payments did you skip?
It was probably about 5 or 6.
Okay.
But what happened is they offered me a loan modification. They told me not to make a payment the month before, that my modification would start on March 1st, 2022. I said, okay. I didn't make that payment the month before. I made March payment, April, May, June.
Yeah, what does this have to do with
July
anything?
payment. I tried to make the July payment, and I was told, well, no, you can't make this July payment because
it's a foreclosure, bro. It's a foreclosure. Robert, I got to tell you something, okay? From everything you're telling me, I'm going to tell you the straight truth, okay? We're going to try to help you, but I don't know if I can. Here's the straight truth. It looks like you stopped making payments, and they foreclosed on you. That's what it looks like. Now, did you go?
The reason I stopped taking payments is they stopped taking them from me.
But you stopped making them first.
Well, no. After I made the modification payments, I made the March, April, May. They sent me 3 forms that needed to be signed.
No,
one
listen,
was a promissory note. One was another
Robert. You said back,
agreement.
Robert. You said back in 2021 when Freedom took over, you went into a forbearance. Right. Now you're telling me every one of those 6 payments, every one of them, including the first one, was withheld because Freedom would not take it.
No. Once they started the modification on March 1st, they took March payment, April, May, June. I tried to make my July payment, and this gal says, we can't take a payment because your new modification is going to start.
Tom, you know this has already
1st.
been in front of a judge, right? I mean, this is done and over.
I know it is. I mean, but did you go, Robert, to the Rule 120 hearing? Did you go to a hearing to argue your side?
I wasn't aware of any hearing. I'm 71 years old.
Robert, hold on. Just hold on, okay? This is a very, very serious and sad situation. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Major phone carriers make you sign contracts with rigid data plans to trap you into a kind of forced phonogamy. Sounds pretty insecure if you ask me. At Consumer Cellular, we believe in a more consensual and healthy form of phonogamy, free of contracts and more flexible to your data needs. This way, you stick around not because we force you to with contracts and fees, but because you love our phone plans. Like ardently love our phone plans. phonogamously. Consumer Cellular.
I can't
When
see
Freedom
the
calls,
spots,
we're here
man.
to
I
answer.
don't know what
Call
they
us at
are.
Oh, Genesis and Simply? No?
Okay, thank you. No, I can't
okay,
see them. I'm
okay.
logged out for some reason.
Oh, okay. Let me play another spot
Thank
so
you.
can figure it out.
Thank you. I'm logging back in. I don't know what happened.
Gotcha.
$9 plus a free hallway. 20% off.
Well, you know, a little like Robert, you're kind of old, so, you know.
Schedule online at 0.
I always like that when somebody says, I'm 71. You're 2 years older than this guy. That's good.
And windows and doors. Done right.
Okay, did you find it yet? Did you get in?
Yeah, hold on. I'm in. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
.com.
Here you go. You're up.
362-8370.
Genesis Total Exteriors for you. What I mean by that is if you have storm damage, you want Genesis on your side. Now, Mark Szymanski is the owner. I've known him for many, many years. And talk about the claims from last year and some of the things you were able to do. And what people should be aware of.
Yeah, I mean, obviously your roofing, number one. I mean, that's the biggest thing that gets damaged. But siding, windows, fences. You know, we had tornado. We had decks that have their whole stair systems are tweaked and have to be replaced. I mean, you know, fences. Windows. There's tons of things that have been damaged out there, and it's a good idea to call, you know, a company like Genesis to come inspect your property to see if you do have any storm damage.
Exactly, and you can handle it all with one point of contact. You can deal, of course, with the insurance, and you can even help them upgrade if they wanted to. I love this part. If they have regular siding, you can help upgrade them to stucco.
Sure. I mean, we can upgrade, to stucco, or we can even upgrade your roof. If you had a shingle roof, you want to go to clay tile or to a metal roof. You know, this is the time to do it because the majority of it's being paid by insurance, and so why not upgrade your home and increase the value of your home at the same time?
Exactly. Mark Szymanski, that's Genesis Total Exteriors.com. Give them a call. Whether you're upgrading, whether you have an insurance claim, or you're just doing home improvements, the name says it all. Genesis Total Exteriors.com. 303-679-8509. 679-8509. Simply Floors, Inc. Talk about upgrades. What about flooring? I love Simply Floors, the way they do business. They'll come to you if you want. You go to the website, simplyfloorsinc.com, make an appointment. Or you can go to them for 70 in Quebec and 52nd and Ward. You can find out more about those locations at simplyfloorsinc.com. All kinds of floor coverings of any kind, whether you want luxury vinyl planking, which is all the rage, or carpeting, even big area rugs, or you want hardwoods or engineered floors, they do it all. They have their own installers, the best in the business, and a great experience from beginning to end. Simplyfloorsinc.com.
Thank you.
Brian Burns.
What's that?
Please tell him about Brian Burns. Please.
All right.
He can hear you.
What? I can hear him. I can hear everybody.
You still have Brian Burns.
I know. Please tell Brian. Right. I
And
definitely
I'm
need
working on a wink still.
on a wink. Okay,
Yep.
Gotcha.
She's covering her gap with Brian and needs a wink.
Covering her gap. I like that one.
Whatever. Mind the gap. Don't they say that in England?
Good Lord.
Mind the gap.
I swear to God, you boys are 9.
Well, technically I'm 12. That's when my Arrested Development hit. So it's a little bit more sophisticated. No fart jokes.
Come
yeah?
on.
I don't know about the winks. Gigi is in trial and Michael is
Come on.
not reacting. I'm working on it. I'm doing my best here.
She's not a Kardashian. She can't just pull an attorney out of her butt.
Can
What?
Brian help maybe with Robert? I don't know, just a thought. Maybe not.
What's
Robert's
that?
pretty old, though. 71, jeez.
Who's 71?
Robert. Remember he said, well, I'm 71.
Yeah.
I love these people
One
that
foot
are
in the grave.
about 18 months older than you, and they just, the end is near. I love it.
Son of a bitch, they're 1 foot in the grave.
Ugh.
All right, can you take
Stand by.
Gigi right off?
Who?
K-How.
GG soon.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Who did you want me to take? Who do you want me to take?
She's getting Gigi in a sec.
Okay, good. We'll take her right away. I have Brian Burns as an expert here from Compass Insurance I want to take as well. Hey, Brian, real quick here.
Hey, Tom.
Gap coverage was sold to people as a way to pay off your mortgage balance when you get in a wreck and your car's worth less than you owe. Excuse me,
Right.
when
A
your
loan
car's
balance,
when your
right.
car's worth more than you owe. So
Yep.
what I'd like to know is, though, Gap doesn't just cover people who've been stupid in the past and have a lot of negative equity. So there are limits to Gap coverage. Is that correct?
Yeah. It specifically states on every loan gap I can imagine, at least that I've seen, it always excludes carryover balances from previous loans.
Okay, but what about
doesn't
that
just
loan?
limit it,
What
it
about
doesn't
what
cover
if you overpaid? What if you did not have negative equity rolled in? How does it deal with negative? How does it deal with simply a car that lost value or you paid too much for it?
Well, it doesn't. I can tell you, I'm looking at one right now. The exclusions to it are overdue loan or lease payments, financial penalties imposed under a lease for excessive use or abnormal wear or tear, if this is a lease, obviously, security deposits not refunded by a lessor, costs for extended warranties, credit life insurance, health, accident, or disability insurance purchased with the loan or lease, or carryover balances. That's what's excluded on this.
Now, I heard there was an exclusion of percentage loan to value, like they won't go beyond 125%.
I have absolutely seen that. This particular carrier, I'm looking at two different ones just because I knew you were calling about this. Neither of these two carriers that we write state the 25%, but I have absolutely seen it.
So, Brian, it is possible if you were stupid and paid too much for a car and you owed $10,000 more than it's worth, that Gap coverage you're looking at would pay for it.
As long as that $10,000 wasn't in the form of,
right,
the extended warranty or the
credit life,
the clear coat, what I mean?
Right. But the
fact,
again, I want to make this clear: the fact that you were stupid and paid too much does not enter into it. They'll pay.
Not on these two policies I'm talking, but I am with you. I've even helped people that have called your show that they sent me their form and it showed a 25% limit.
I had a caller yesterday. One other quick question, then I go to Gigi Wink from Wink and Wink. One other quick question. I was told Gap Insurance is going away.
No, I have not heard any.
Okay.
I mean, it's still definitely available on
Is it
anything
a
that
good
we have.
coverage to have?
It is in the first couple years that you own. If you buy a brand new car, Loan Gap is definitely something that would be worthwhile for people. But if the car is 2, 3, 4 years old at that point, it's already lost that value, and hopefully your loan amount has kind of regulated, if that makes sense.
Okay,
So
I understand.
sometimes
How
people
much is that
paying
coverage
it.
about? How much does it cost?
Oh, let's say $60-$70 a year.
So it's not expensive. It is. So it's not such a bad idea. Thank you, Brian Burns, Compass Insurance Group. If you're looking for an insurance checkup, they can do it unbiasedly. Check with 25, 26 companies to make sure you're not paying too much. 303-996-9000. Gigi Wink. She is with Wink and Wink. They're bankruptcy attorneys. And here's the deal, Gigi. I'm talking to Geraldine, and basically she went to one of these debt consolidation companies.
Okay.
And she's been making payments since last year of $352 a month. But the consolidation company has not been making payments to her creditors. Now she's being sued. Have you heard of this happening before?
All the time. All the time. It's in the fine print, most likely.
But they do not explain that to you when you sign up.
Then why are you making payments to a consolidation company? Is it under the guise that they're going to get together a lump sum of money and negotiate?
Exactly. And they pay themselves first. So you're first paying them, usually, then you're building up a fund from which they can settle. And if your payments are $350 a month, you're not going to get there in time. You know, getting sued takes about a year, year and a half from default. So if you're not making pretty large lump sum payments, there's never going to be an opportunity for them to settle debt effectively.
I would say I have never seen a debt consolidation company work.
I've seen them do, you know, maybe the one or two little debts, but we get the folks after they've been sued, and they're usually somewhat bewildered or frustrated or angry.
Now,
and
Geraldine, you may not want to hear this, but the reason I have Gigi Wink on,
she hired an attorney's firm, though. It's not where they pay a certain amount to all these credit card debts or whatever. She entered into an agreement for $300 or $400 a month for an attorney's firm, a law firm, to actually negotiate the debts down. That's what she entered into.
That's exactly what she did. That's what we're talking about, and that's what fails 98% of the time. You hire this firm. This firm promises to negotiate your bills, and they pay with the accumulated money that you've paid monthly. And as Gigi explained, they first pay themselves. So if you accumulate in 10 months $3,500, that pays the law firm, and then they hope that no one will sue by the time they get another lump sum. The problem is it doesn't work. So
unless
anyway,
you're paying them, you know, $2,000 a month.
but
right?
Mark, what was the
debt.
point, though? What was the point of what you were saying? I didn't get the point.
They're not collecting money from her to pay the credit card. They're just taking $300 a month for legal advice.
Mark, that is not true. If it's a debt consolidation...
Well, I went to their website and looked at how they operate. It's a law firm.
Okay, but if it's a debt consolidation company, the agreement usually says they will accumulate lump sums of money and attempt to negotiate down your balances. Now, I don't know about this one, but that's how they all work, so maybe this one works differently. No matter what, if they told her to stop making payments... Why would they do that? I mean, are they a bankruptcy
Because
firm?
it's credit card debt. It's non-secured debt. I'm sure they were trying to negotiate it down to a lump payment.
Well,
I don't know.
whatever it
Let's
is,
ask
what I'm
her.
trying to tell Geraldine right now is stop making those payments, Geraldine. And name them as one of the creditors in your bankruptcy, because you're going to need a bankruptcy. You're never going to get out of this debt. Okay? That's the hard fact. But wait a minute. But there's good news, because you can get out of that debt. And you know what? A bankruptcy isn't the end of the world if there's no other way. It certainly is better than having a life of indebtedness. I would definitely contact Wink and Wink, have them start a bankruptcy for you, and get these people off your back. And you better do it quickly. And you make and whether or not they're a law firm promising to negotiate, or they're a consolidation company promising to do both, it doesn't matter. They do not work. They do not work. Gigi, why would a credit card company settle for anything? I mean, have you heard of that happening? I guess now and then, if they know somebody's going bankrupt. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, we do debt settlement. And it works, but you got to be realistic. It's not going to be better than 50%. 50% is a good deal for settling debt.
And they want it right away.
And they want it in one or two
Okay, so if
payments
she's paying
within
$350 a month just for the legal fees, as Mark said, and they come back to her with 50% settlements, she can't do that.
Right, which should have been part of the plan from day one. If they're a legitimate law firm, this person should know exactly what kind of funds she's going to need to tap into to settle this debt.
Exactly. It just is a big sham. And Geraldine, here's Wink's number. You should call Gigi, 303-410-1720. 303-410-1720. It's your only hope. I'm telling you that right now. You unfortunately have wasted $350 $50 a month. By the way, Water Pros will get you the best drinking water at the kitchen sink, $1,400. You can even do a filter for around $1,000. Pick your choice. They have water softening. They have the best systems at the lowest prices. That's 303-862-5554.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
A few slow spots throughout the Denver Metro for the 10 o'clock hour commute. Starting on the west end of town, I-70 westbound at Federal. Crash blocking 2 right lanes as stop-and-go traffic. Back from I-25, we're seeing a 20-minute delay through the area into downtown, and just east of there, I-25 southbound. Some usual downtown congestion between I-70 and Spear. Heading out east through Aurora, I-225 southbound before 6th Avenue. An object on the roadway has slow driving back from I-70, a 10-minute delay. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, cloudy skies, chance of scattered showers throughout the Front Range with a high of 55 degrees, overnight low of 30. The current temperature in Denver is 48 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 K-House.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home.
All right, can you see the screen? You're good?
Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Red Rocks Roof and Solar. These are the people that know solar inside and out, from sales, service. Service is so important. That means repairs and maintenance and service and warranty work. And installation, of course, of the system itself, along with financing. They know about the grants, the tax credits, and even how to sell back to your power company and make money. In fact, some of the bigger commercial systems are doing just that, making good money doing it too. Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Find out more, 303-704-2449. 704-2449, redrocksrs.com. Hey, if you want window coverings, Made in the Shade is the place to go. And why do I say that? It's very simple. Made in the Shade, as the expression goes, means easy street. You know what? I'm made in the shade. And what you have are window covering people that come in and do it all. They measure. They have a design consultant to help you pick the right stuff. If you decide to go ahead, by the way, that's no cost until you decide to go ahead. Then you order the stuff, and they have their in-house people come and install it. The best installers in the business, the best warranties in the business. One-stop shop, Made in the Shade. 720-458-6566. That's 720-458-6566. DenverShades.co.
Do you honestly think the government...
Yep.
Understood. Are you familiar with the show at all?
Honest to God, it's just...
Well, we also have a number of different experts that can also assist you. So let me go ahead and put you on show. We do have an open line right now. What is your name, sir? I'll just need your first name. And what is the year and make of your car? Okay. And you had issues with the body shop, right? All right. Hang on for me, and Tom and Mark will be with you as soon as possible, okay? No problem. Hold on. Yeah, he's 12.
I'm glad you got that figured out. I was very worried for a minute.
Oh, I'm sure you were. I'm sure it was. You were really trepidatious, I could tell, by the way that you were stalling.
Fear mixed with trepidation. That's me. Well, fellas, I'm glad I don't have to use the bathroom because the big boss is having the meeting down the hall there, and I would not be comfortable walking into that fracas. I left some orange sickles in the freezer, and I'm not willing to go near the mob to dig them out. I'm trapped. Is this thing on? So when is Johnny on? Noon? When's Johnny on? Noon? Fuller?
Oh, yeah. Noon 15.
That's what we used to yell at the old Mile High Stadium at Elway. Johnny, show him that Stanford education.